Are you kentler brained yet? Have you gotten on the kentler train?
Kentler from Germany?
Kentler from Germany. Do you know about kentler?
Yeah, I do. I read that horrifying article. Everyone read the horrifying article.
It's a really horrifying article, everyone. In terms of the Alex Jones was right conspiracy, see, that's the funny thing about Alex Jones, is his whole shtick is that there is this worldwide conspiracy of pedophile lizard people. And that's absolutely true. He's just identified the wrong pedophile lizard people. Except sometimes, stop clock is right twice a day. He was on Epstein.
Well, they also...
way from the beginning.
They also may not be lizards.
Well, yeah, they're metaphorical lizards,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm using the term... Because David Icke... We know what he means by lizard people, right?
David who?
Icke? Ike?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Who
is he?
Do you believe in metaphorical lizard people?
I don't know. No. Metaphorical lizard people?
Metaphorical lizard people. Like,
just evil? Just evil in general?
But like a specific... The metaphor of a lizard is so powerful because the lizard brain, they're sort of operating at this instinctual level. It's not even evil. It's just this sort of desire to accumulate and to hoard based off of this just innate survival instinct.
Well, they're cold-blooded, I guess?
Yeah, they're cold-blooded. But it's not even the cold blood. It's just like operating at this desire for power for just power's sake on this deep instinctual survival level, which is why I think the idea of like Hillary Clinton, twitching around and, always looking over her shoulder and, sort of just being a lizard, it's a very apt image for what I think is the mentality of a person that is constantly seeking power.
I don't know if I agree that there's a global pedophilia conspiracy. There is, it was allowed in the Catholic Church. That's what everyone points to.
That is a global pedophilia conspiracy.
But, I don't know. I don't know if it's a global conspiracy to commit pedophilia, but I think they did cover it up. And, But that has to do also with the fact that the Catholic Church wants to operate outside of any kind of sovereignty besides its own. So is that covering it up? I mean, maybe we don't know what they did necessarily with priests that have committed this crime. Maybe they like torturing them in some kind of crazy dungeon.
I think assaulting as an act of sovereignty is a very interesting thing. That's like a very Marquis de Sade thing, actually.
That's not what I said, but...
No, but I know it's not what you said, but it's like, because the Catholic Church is trying to constantly assert their sovereignty, covering up these scandals is an example of it. They can't be held accountable by any other government because they have to handle it internally. Right. And I think but it almost becomes the thing, like the act of confession, where you have to assault the child in order to become sovereign.
Oh, because you have to commit the sin, so you have something to confess?
Yeah, exactly. And unless you can't take care of it, what is the worst thing you can possibly do? Assault a child. And if we get away with that, that is the true act of the Catholic sovereignty. So, but that's a thing. That's like a theory behind Epstein brain, is that the reason why they all fuck children in front of each other is it's kind of like this weird skull and bones ritual where they can never rat on each other because they've all seen each other do something unspeakable.
Yeah, but why?
And that is one conspiracy-minded theory. It's obviously stupid.
I mean, they're supposed to all be so addicted to adrenochrome, which is already legal, but I guess you have to get it from... I mean, it's so weird.
Is adrenochrome that stuff? Like, one time over the counter in bodegas in Brooklyn, I saw this men's enhancement medicine, but on the cover, on the packaging, there was a very explicit hentai drawing of Ryu fucking Chun-Li from Street Fighter. So is that adrenochrome?
I want to enhance that.
Yeah. Spinning bird kick enema.
Adrenochrome goes back to the Hunter S. Thompson thing, and then for some reason the conspiracy people picked it up.
So what does adrenochrome do? It makes you horny for kids?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it makes you horny, but also, I mean, it's supposed to be like pure adrenaline.
Oh, okay.
So why don't they just like jump out of an airplane? Why like you have your own adrenaline gland? You can
yeah,
just
but
tweak it that way.
I mean, there's jumping out of an airplane, but I feel, once you've gone to child trafficking, you really can't go back to jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy that it's a wide global conspiracy. I think there's some sick fucks, but I don't think it's a conspiracy wide.
Okay, which presidents do you think were pedophiles?
I don't know. Like, how many?
Okay,
like, what's the percentage over the population? Is it like 5%?
I don't know what the percentage. Because
that would be my answer. Is like the 1 to 5% of the presidents.
Okay, percentages of we can definitely guess which presidents had sex with people under 18. Definitely Clinton. Absolutely Clinton. Absolutely Lyndon Johnson.
Whoa.
Probably not Carter.
Nah.
Definitely not Nixon.
Nixon is very much faithful.
Unfuckable.
Yeah.
Well, you know that old story about Nixon, about how when he was courting his wife, he initially drove her on dates. He was her chauffeur on dates. He was very cucked.
Did you see this?
But then he got power.
There was some news.
That's when I fucked her.
There's some Nixon news today.
Some Nixon news?
Yes, because another tape got released, and
shit.
He did not when he appointed when he appointed Rehnquist. His wife was extremely upset at him because he had promised to appoint a lady, and then didn't.
Classic tricky dick.
And so there's like tapes of him calling his daughter, being like, "Please," I can't do a Nixon, but he's like telling his daughter, "Please talk to your mother."
Talk to your mother. She's being a grade A cunt right now.
Oh, yeah. So he didn't.
You
say
can't
that.
have a woman on the court. What if she's adjudicating on her period? Fucking. Nah, man, Nixon. Yeah, he was definitely not fucking. I realized we started the episode with Kentler. For people that don't know about Kentler, he was a German professor, was it?
I guess.
Yeah, he was a German professor that for years was pairing up homeless street children with pedophiles under the theory that pedophile adoptive parents would make the most loving and caring parents. And these weren't just, run-of-the-mill pedophiles. These were powerful pedophiles in industry and academia. And you can read about it. Look up Kentler if you want to get Kentler brained. Woke is Kentler brained, broke is Epstein brained.
I don't know how no one found out about this and did something about it earlier.
Man, it falls through the cracks when you talk about the less victimized, because they're homeless children, people care less about them. They don't have parents to care about them. It's hard to go out of your way to want to take care of a dirty street urchin. Just leave them with a pedophile,
God damn it, Alex. If there's one thing I believe, there should be no homeless children.
I like that. The idea that your anti-homelessness takes precedent over your anti-pedophiles.
God damn it. Give them a fucking home. Give them a home for fucking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so needless to say, the Kentler experiment didn't work.
Yeah, I also recently saw a story coming out of Romania about how they treated their homeless children.
How did they treat their homeless children?
Well, they did a 3-year experiment on 30,000 orphans where they deprived them of human touch. Needless to say,
how that will go.
Yeah, needless to say, they got all fucked up in all kinds of different ways.
Why did they need to do this experiment? They already did it with the monkeys, with the wire mother monkey and the felt mother monkey.
Yeah, well, I started rereading Brave New World after that story to try to glean some info, but then I was just presented with an overly sarcastic, like, puns on Marxist names.
Wait, is that... I actually have never read Brave New World because I am a pleb. Nor have I listened to an audio book or watched a film adaptation.
Haven't even listened to the audio book. It's good. You should read it. It's not that long. It's funny. That some of the ideas are funny. Like,
there's Soma in it. I know, like, the twist of it is it's not 1984 where, like, there's a big brother, but rather there's just this endless pleasure machine, and people can't do anything because they're just subject to this endless pleasure machine.
Well, the goal is constant 100% stability.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, that seems nice.
That's sort of like a hallmark of the fucking wellness culture that we have, right?
Yeah, and I mean, they also want to abolish the family. No more mother, no more father.
Mm-hmm.
And babies are no longer birthed; they're decanted, which is my favorite part. Because that's
pretty
the part.
cool.
That's what I want.
I want to be decanted.
Yeah, I want test tube babies.
We wouldn't have to celebrate fucking Father's Day.
Yeah, fuck Father's
We just have Decanter Day.
Yeah, I'm not calling my dad on Father's Day. I called him yesterday. All right.
I called my dad today. He's nice. We're not arguing about politics as much.
Yeah, you just got to find the places you agree, and then talk about that.
Well, what we agreed on, which was nice, was that we both agree that my old buddy Derek Sloan is a fucking loser and asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So Derek Sloan recently was in the Conservative Party of Canada debate, and he got his ass handed to him, and he's out of the race now. Ooh. And because the good thing about Derek is that his lunacy is evident in his eyes.
Let's have him on the show. Let's have him on the show.
Bring it. We're the free speech. You've entered the free speech zone. Yeah. It's Derek.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, but I get to censor it at the end because I edit the episodes. So say whatever you want.
Yeah, we'll just have I want to fuck kids.
I censor something in each episode. It's kind of like a little Easter egg when you find it. Mm-hmm. But
guess what's missing?
You'll never find it.
Yeah. We'll do a compilation of all of them soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll release it as a YouTube with some sort of repetitive CGI image that gets in your head. The one that has recently affected me is, do you know the music makes you lose control triangle?
No.
It's the meme is set to a recent Missy Elliott song.
Oh yeah, she had a new album. I have to listen to it.
It's good. It's fine. You know what? It's about as good as all of these other, like, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, like, old people coming back for one last ride albums.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
do we stand Missy?
Are you
a Missy fan?
I like Super Duper Fly a lot. The Beep
yeah.
Beep song. Who's got the keys to the Jeep? That's really good.
I like it. I love really Get
good.
Your Freak On.
That's good stuff.
I love Work It.
I like it. I listened to that when I was climbing a mountain in Portugal. I listened to Beep Beep. Who's got the keys to the Jeep? The beep,
oh man, Beep Beep. Keys to the Jeep. It's
very
timeless music, I feel.
Yeah.
Weirdly timeless. It's in terms of music from the early 2000s and late 90s that has aged well. There are not a lot of examples, but Missy's one of them.
Yeah, I'm finding music just to get worse and worse. The more I listen to it,
spirals out of control.
Music just keeps getting worse. This music just keeps getting worse and worse. Every time I listen to it, it's worse.
Yeah, it's just like heroin. You need more of it to get you going, and it's less effective each time. It'll never be as good as the first time you heard an album when you were an impressionable teenager and thought, wow, anything is possible. Yeah. Nothing will ever be as good as that. But you're going to keep chasing it. You're going to keep chasing it forever. And that is the thesis of this podcast. Have we ever centrally discussed what the thesis of this podcast is?
No, I thought it was a dialectic. So I thought we were like, revolt, thesis, antithesis, synthesis.
Antifa thesis.
You must say it like Hegel would say it.
Thesis, antithesis. I say it like Zizek.
Oh, like
Thesis, antithesis. Synthesis. That would be funny. A Hegel scholar with a lisp. Today we're studying thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Oh yeah, can't do a Hegel scholar with a lisp. A classic character, if there ever was one.
When I grow up, I'm going to be a Joe Rogan scholar.
There are going to be Joe Rogan scholars.
Yeah.
There's enough ancient scriptures to, keep you going forever.
Someone should, what would be a very hilarious project? To transcribe all of the Joe Rogan Experience podcasts.
There are a lot of transcriptions because there are a lot of deaf Joe Rogan fans that want to hear what he has to say. Yeah,
are there
are a lot of people that do that.
Full
it's big enough.
transcriptions I could read?
Hell yeah. There are definitely full transcriptions of Joe Rogan. He's so big enough that he has a prominent deaf fan base.
Let's make transcriptions of our podcasts.
Joe Rogan is so popular. He has deaf fans willing to look at reverse shot for 3 hours.
To do lip reading?
Yeah, to do lip reading.
We should be close enough.
I really need Theo Vaughn's comment on women.
He must have a closed captioning, a couple of people who do closed captioning in his audience.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's not a widespread job anymore. They're probably... I don't know.
Every woke YouTuber has a closed captioning person.
YouTube hires... They're YouTube people. They work... They do closed captioning for all the YouTube. It's still people. They don't have computers yet. Over YouTube.
Didn't they have an algorithm for closed captioning that was hilariously bad?
YouTube, the company, is like totally computer free. They do everything by hand, the old-fashioned way.
We make videos the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, no, the way YouTube works, it's crazy. You send in a video digitally, and they turn it into film, and that's how they store it. It's a whole analog operation.
Yeah, they actually had to invent a special proprietary digital to analog.
And then
it was just never done before.
Yeah, your computer converts it back to digital when you go to youtube.com.
Yeah, and because it's a warmer feeling, It's a warmer feeling. Yeah. And, that really accounts for... They're too busy doing that, so they can't catch the Nazis. We have to convert it to film. How else will PewDiePie look this rosy? We need Felix to be everyone's special little boy.
I can't believe Nazi Hunter is a job again.
Nazi Hunter.
And it is. It's a job again.
Yeah. Do you follow Emily Gorchensky on Twitter?
Who's that?
Emily Gorchensky is a Nazi hunter / programmer living in Germany, I believe.
Cool.
And she is pretty damn cool. Like, when I say Nazi hunter, she's goes out of her way to effectively spread and dox people. Does real stuff.
That's online stuff.
She does other stuff as well. But Emily Gorchensky is a good
kidnapping Nazis.
She doesn't kidnap Nazis. I don't think she kidnaps Nazis.
Then she's not a real Nazi hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You got to kidnap them, and then you got to keep them, separate.
She's also very aggressively snarky, which I like. Because she's like, fuck you! I'm out here hunting Nazis! Give me a fucking break! No time for your shit, Michael Tracy.
Is Michael Tracy a Nazi?
No, he's not. What is Michael Tracy? He's been saying some weird shit about protests. He just says contrarian shit, right?
He's just a contrarian. This is contrarian recognizing contrarian. It's very obvious. I know he's a contrarian because if I try to when a contrarian tries to interact with a contrarian, that's how you'll know, and then you'll have to hear from them. But I can assure you that's what he is. If things were going the other way, if he was, being more exposed to any other right movement, movement on the right hand side, he would be reacting and just against it as well. He responds to stimuli.
Well, the problem is he's not even an interesting columnist. He just gets a lot of response because he does write just shitty contrarian opinions about protesters that he knows are wrong. He's not like a truly insane person like, say, a Barry Weiss. He's just a shitty troll that takes advantage of the left wing's desire to pounce on people online.
Yeah, he's found a good way of making money from it. So.
But what's also funny is like Glenn Greenwald is his like number one fan as well. He's like, my buddy Michael. I'm standing up for my buddy Michael.
Glenn Greenwald's weird.
Yeah, Glenn Greenwald has some of the very inconsistent politics sometimes, which I think is very funny and very apt of his character. I still envy his lifestyle, having 7 dogs, having a beautiful Brazilian husband, being hunted by Brazilian fascists.
Yeah, he's being hunted by fascists, so I don't envy him.
That's so good, yeah. Oh, save Glenn, people.
Yeah,
I do respect that motherfucker, even though he's got some questionables.
Yeah, everyone is questionable, I guess.
Yeah. No one is pure. I am not pure.
That's why
Who among us?
We all must be re-educated.
You're right.
No, I'm not.
We must be purified.
No, I'm not. I don't like Maoism.
You know what? You know what the fuck is going to happen? Just this fucking horrible corporate HR culture and this left-wing guilt complex are going to synergize, and we're just going to have confession again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's religious. We just have to become Catholic. It's not hard.
You're right. We just have to reinvent Catholicism. Let's become pontifices. Catholicism had it all right. You need ritual to pacify people, because ritual talks people down from the ledge of constantly realizing how utterly strange life is.
Yeah, they're right, but they're not. They don't. I mean, they're sort of technically right, but who wants to admit that, you know? Ugh. Admitting the Catholics were right. No way. I'd rather die in chaos.
We are a pro-religious podcast now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We are.
Pro-religion for everyone but us.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit. I don't want to wake up on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, hey, you can go to... In the new Catholicism, you can go at 5 p.m.
I've had a lot of like leftists lament about being detached from a sense of community, but like, what if actually being detached from a sense of community is totally awesome?
Yeah.
What if it's just like exclusively communicating over Call of Duty is fine?
Yeah, if we all stay in our home, everyone should shelter in place all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that order should be just put out and never rescinded. It'd be hilarious. The virus is not going away ever.
Until there's a vaccine.
No, even if there's a vaccine, there'll be a new virus. It's never going away. You just stay in your house.
You're right. It's just a new thing. It's just like the cold. It'll just come back every once in a while.
Well, I'm talking about like staying in. Oh boy.
I like to stay home and read and blah, 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 blah. I don't care much baseball and hockey games. That's our Stevie Moore. I like to stay home. Beautiful man. Beautiful beardo.
What a weirdo.
He's a weirdo beardo. I'm a weirdo beardo. For all the weirdo beardos out there. For all the soy-faced beardos who do get genuinely excited about Rick and Morty Lego sets.
Ooh. Rick and Morty Lego sets. There's Rick and Morty Lego sets?
There is not. It's actually made by McFarlane Toys. They publish a series of franchised construction sets similar to Lego. And I recently ordered one of those because Rick and Morty's dumb, but it looks pretty cool. I like this toy.
Do you see
it's a good toy.
Do you see Lil Nas X? Right, I'm Pickle Lil Nas X. Got
I love that guy.
Got like three.
That guy's
3 billion
that guy's
likes. Great. Yeah, he got like 3 billion likes. Half the world.
I really want. Wait, did he actually say I'm Pickle Lil Nas X?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's very funny.
He is legend. Posting legend.
And he was like, you guys aren't gonna believe what I'm about to post. And then that's what.
Okay, so the irony hammer swings up and down like the wheel of Boethius. It turns, sometimes being up at a point in history, but always revolving again. So, things become funny and unfunny again. Recently, someone rickrolled Rick Astley in a Reddit AMA, and it received the most ever. It's received $10,000 in Reddit gold.
10,000 awards. Oh my god! Oh god! And to think,
people love memes.
I know.
Do you love memes as much as other people do?
No, I'd like to go back. If I could, maybe, you know what? I bet because of memes and the rise of the alt-right, we'll have people being like, in 100 years, being like, if I could go back in time and kill Richard Dawkins, do it in a heartbeat. Because memes are
the source of all this.
Memes is the source of like the rise of this weird streak of fascism among young people. Young people used to either not give a shit or be anarchists.
Do you think Richard Dawkins, by giving it a word, by naming it, he brought it into existence? Mm-hmm. Where before it had just been sort of like an assumed behavior that people took for granted,
yeah, but
and didn't intentionally reproduce?
It was just the Japanese before Richard Dawkins. And then he imported it.
You're right. We have taken their meme culture of unfettered reproduction and generation, and we have saturated it. It has become like the cancer of capitalism, endlessly concerned with consumption of resources to no end until it has consumed all.
Okay. I don't know if that's what capitalism is. Capitalism is just about doing risk-benefit analysis on everything.
Yeah, and also consuming resources like a big cancerous tumor of flesh. And also like Acura. It's Tetsuo! Canada! Tetsuo!
Tetsuo, the black and white movie?
No, Tetsuo the Iron Man? That movie's hella good.
Yeah.
But also I'm talking about Acura, where the character that turns into a big mutant baby at the end.
You mean Akira?
Akira.
I thought you were talking about Acura.
Acura, Nissan Acura, yeah.
No, it's not Nissan Acura. Acura is its own.
It's its own.
Acura's made by Honda, but it's like.
It's their luxury brand.
Yeah, it's like Cadillac.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Acura.
Mm-hmm.
Neo Tokyo. The year is 2020. Acura. We need to reassemble the Acura in order to blow up Neo Tokyo. There's so many special parts that we need to order from Singapore.
It's just a movie about drop shipping.
Yeah, it's just a movie about South China Sea supply chains.
Yeah, two guys in shitty cubicles, like a couple of islands away from each other, just screaming into the phones at each other.
Yeah.
Sweating, pit stains.
You said you would have it by fucking Friday. I need it by fucking Friday. Yeah. Stop bossing me around, Tetsuo. Kaneda, Tetsuo, Kaneda.
What do you mean you don't know the dimensions? I have to know the dimensions if they're going to ship it.
Oh my god. And once they assemble Acura, it's so beautiful that they all melt.
Like in Indiana Jones? They all just have a melt scene. Yeah. That melt scene. Melt scene does not hold up. It held up for a long time.
It's very campy.
Yeah, it held up for a long time, and the first time I saw it, I was fucking terrified, but when I see it now, I no longer respect Steven Spielberg and George Lucas.
It is so weird that we show Indiana Jones films to fucking children, because those are problematic movies.
It's also weird that they made us read Brave New World in 5th grade. I mean, we do all kinds of weird stuff to children.
They made you read Brave New World in 5th grade?
Yeah, I don't know why. They're like, see what happens? You see what happens when you let the commies in?
Okay. Oh my god. If this were Animal Farm, who would you be?
I'm trying to remember. who I identify
Snowball.
with. I don't know.
Napoleon.
I think I have an authoritarian personality, so I'd probably do some horrible things.
You'd probably beat the pig. You'd probably beat Napoleon. No, Napoleon was the good one. Snowball was the bad one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't fucking remember. Fuck Animal Farm.
Not everyone with authoritarian personalities is lucky enough to be made the leader.
That's true. It's hard to be an authoritarian follower, you know?
Yeah.
I really feel for those guys.
Yeah. The Nazis who wanted to rise up but were not good enough.
Yeah, they didn't have enough privilege because they were from, like, the poorer families. Or they were from brown-haired families.
I just know the Fuhrer could see how I shovel the dung. He would promote me immediately.
You gotta do that hustle game, man. You gotta hustle. Gotta network. Gotta network with these Nazis. If you don't have blonde hair, man, gotta network.
Yeah. Well,
oh my god. Can you imagine Nazi mixers?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, oh, Hans?
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can only imagine.
There are lots of connections here.
I can only imagine because I didn't go to the equivalent growing up, which was called cotillion. Did you have? You may not know what cotillion is.
They're debutante balls, essentially.
Well,
it's like prom, but fancy and southern.
Yeah, it's southern, and everyone goes and dresses up and dances in a weird way. And I did not attend cotillion.
Did your parents? They didn't force you to?
No, they didn't force me to do anything like that. Thank goodness.
Yes, that is good parenting.
Yeah.
Don't force your kids to do weird rituals.
Well, I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe if you had done cotillion.
Maybe if I had done cotillion, I'd be working at a Fortune 500 company right now, slamming money into the bank.
Doing blow and, bombing Yemeni children. And be like, fuck yeah, I'm well adjusted.
Mergers.
Wellness, bitch.
Acquisitions.
Yeah. We should write the cocaine wellness diet. With a little meditation, a little breathing, good sleep, a little cocaine. You too can have a fulfilling life.
What do you think the drug addicts did during the quarantine? I want to hear.
I don't think they had a problem, really.
You think that the drug dealers would go door to door?
Well, judging I live in a fairly druggy part of Toronto. For those in the know, I live in the Allen Gardens area, which is a big public park that is simultaneously has a lot of wealthy city people living in it, but a lot of homeless shelters are nearby as well. And you'll see corner people, tossing heroin out there, people buying drugs in the park. It used to be a very cruisy park, but people don't really cruise in it much anymore.
I mean, cruise.
But it's really
sex.
Interesting because it's a drug park, but it's also a family park as well, and it's also where I take my dog. But there's always, there's a lot of homeless drug addicts there, and we're fine with that's part of it.
Yeah,
That's what makes Allen Gardens nice.
You should do a favor, do them all a favor, and sell heroin for cheap. And instead of exorbitant prices.
I think doing them
isn't
a
that
favor,
the liberal way?
we will solve addiction through market solutions.
We will make heroin cheaper.
Look, if we cut the heroin with baby aspirin, they'll get less high. We can stretch out the heroin, sell it for cheaper.
Yeah. What if
we cut the heroin with bleach?
What if we turn it into
die
a pill?
And they won't be addicts anymore?
Yeah. What if we turn it into a pill and get them all to take it that way?
By gum, then we can get so many Ohio people. We'll get everyone in Ohio.
Man, I should
go.
go.
Oh, that is a state ravaged by opioid
I should
addiction.
go to Ohio. Check it out. They're all waiting for me. I wanted to ask you, what are some of these conversations you're having with homeless people?
Well, not so much conversations.
Well, what are they telling you? What are they? They're confiding in you.
So not all of them are homeless. Okay, so there's a lot of sort of shelter lads, not necessarily homeless people, but sort of a couple times when going to the dog park late at night has resulted in interesting conversations, because sometimes you find marginalized people that, despite being marginalized, have dogs. Which is very cool because they, despite, the world shitting on them, they have managed to take the initiative to love and take care of a pet. But it results in some interesting conversations while in the dog park. One was, I was just talking to this veteran, and he was talking about how he had really bad PTSD because while he was in Afghanistan, he had shot an Afghani woman that was coming for American troops. And he said he was court-martialed for it, and he had spent 9 years trying to resolve it. And he just kept repeating, "It wasn't my fault. It wasn't. She would have killed him. She would have killed him." And so I had that conversation.
Wow.
And I was, and one time, this wasn't a homeless person, but it was a lady who was clearly living on the margins, and she had another PTSD incident where she was at the dog park after she had called the cops on her boyfriend, who presumably after hearing a loud noise went into a rage and did some... She didn't mention domestic violence specifically, but that was it. And so I listened to her for a while. And as you do, talk to people.
Yeah, you gotta let them sometimes testify to their experience multiple times, but they kind of get into a cycle of doing that, as people with trauma do. Like my dad's in that cycle. He's always bringing past trauma back up.
It keeps coming until you take enough ecstasy to quash it, apparently.
Yeah. That's great. It's the solution we found out is just to take all the drugs that we banned.
All those things that sort of make you feel happy with minimal side effects? They're bad. Don't have them. They're bad.
Well, I don't know. It's that Canadian soldier's interesting to me because why did he? That's awful nice of him. What a nice guy to go to Afghanistan because of 9/11.
Well, there were a lot of Canadian soldiers that went to Afghanistan. 4 of them died from friendly fire. Within the first couple of months.
Dang it.
Yeah, because you remember, even when I was 11, like after 9/11 happened, I remember the let's get 'em attitude. Everyone had it. Even like usually anti-war people were like, you fuck with us, we'll fuck with you, fam. Don't you want to fuck around and find out, we'll send all of our troops. So, yeah, Canada sent a lot of people to Afghanistan.
We didn't
send people to Iraq.
Who was the PM then?
It would have been Chrétien right at the beginning of 2001, and then Paul Martin.
Was there an anti-war movement in Canada? Must have been.
Yeah, well, once Iraq got started, there was a huge anti-war movement, but everyone was pretty pro-Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It was hard to get. Everyone wanted to go to Afghanistan because it was like, look, these guys did terrorism, and they hate women and gays, and they're in charge, and it's like, even though imperialism is bad, this country is, crying out for someone to violently overturn these backwoods hicks. And everyone was down, and then we realized, oh no, wait, just imperialism is bad, even if we demonize the people as backwoods hicks.
Yeah. I don't know of imperialism ever really working out great.
No.
I mean, I guess...
Except for Hong Kong.
Sort of?
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, maybe England and Rome. That kind of worked, but Rome took a really hands-off approach, so...
The Mongolian Empire, maybe.
Yeah, that was an empire based on fucking.
Yeah, empire based on spreading your horse seed.
I like that's a.
You're the horse lord.
That's the funniest way to rule an empire is just impregnate all the women yourself. I'm on a mission.
Oh my god! I'm on a mission to emission.
Yeah.
My God.
Well, my favorite
Imagine.
thing to do is to go on to the climate change people's Twitters and then ask them hey, which kind of emissions? You know what I mean. Which kind of emissions you trying to reduce?
Because, bro, I produce a lot of CO2 emissions. CO2 is my jizz.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying I can't come for the environment is what you're saying. This is very This is very bad.
Yeah, so that's how I help with the climate change movement.
By being NoFap?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
NoFap for climate change. Oh my god. See, that's what we have to do in order to affect real change. We have to make the civil rights movement a NoFap movement, so everybody gets extremely angry and willing to do violence.
Wow, no comment. No, absolutely no comment from me on that topic.
Oh man, I just realized that's why the Proud Boys are NoFap, because they want to make them really angry.
I thought they were trying to harness their energy.
Yeah, but that's what they tell them. But secretly, it's just a bid to make them extremely frustrated constantly.
That's so weird. They should just take testosterone.
It worked out for Hank Hill in that one episode.
Yeah, they should just microdose testosterone. They're all a little depleted.
Oh my god, I would like some. I feel I didn't get enough tea.
Yeah, I would like some. I want some testosterone.
I would like some tea.
If anyone's handing it out, if any scientists are out there just throwing it away, I'll take it. If you're throwing it out, why not?
It should be like CBD. You know, it's just pain relief.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get high, you just get energetic.
Yeah, you should get it in a cream to apply because no manly man is applying any kind of cream. So,
actually, that's not so.
That's a limiting factor.
Don't Luna bars have like estrogen in them? Have like estrogen supplements in them?
Luna bars?
Yeah,
No.
Maybe
No.
I'm making that up. But aren't there like isn't there a sort of health food bar on like you could get estrogen supplements over the counter at a health food store?
Maybe. I mean, if you drink enough beer, you're making estrogen. Beer
Really?
generates estrogen, and
Interesting. Like not
more
the
so
soy phytoestrogen,
yes, that's
but
the one.
like
That's the one it generates more of. So
it generates phytoestrogen.
So but the soy argument is also based on phytoestrogen, and all
Yeah, I
those
know. So
people who
but that's
think
bullshit.
soy milk or soy products raise your estrogen are probably drinking a lot of beer, which is why they'd make such a stupid fucking argument, because they're just filled. Their brains are filled with estrogen.
You're going through a very emotional time right now. Oh my god. Fucking so many people have just been on their period for 50 years.
Yeah, we got problems in this country.
Too many people on their period. That's the thing. I think we've gendered the period as something that is biological. But I think the period is rather a state of mind and can be possessed by any gender.
So you're trying
Everyone can
you're
go
trying
through
to
a
take
period.
away the one thing that J.K. Rowling knows how to tell when someone's a lady, and you're just trying to take that away from her. You monster!
Dost thou bleed? I asked thou bleeding.
Yeah, we got problems in this country. I just read that 50% of Americans are thinking about selling their house right now.
You want to buy a house?
Because of the COVID. And so my question is,
What?
Who are they going to sell it to? The other 50%?
The immune people.
Are we just going to do a swap?
Like, do they just want to? Are they just want to sell it for really cheap,
No,
or something, or do they want to sell it for market
They want to
price?
sell it because they're running out of money because they lost their jobs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's bad. Ugh, that's so bad. I mean, they're just going to sell it to development companies who are going to turn them into condos.
Yep, that's what's going to happen.
And then they'll rent from the development company.
Yeah, you want to start a development company?
No. If you have land, people, don't sell your land. Maybe sell your house on top of the land for parts and rent. Don't sell your land. Land is the only thing.
Yeah, I need to buy some land.
I am a Georgist.
I'm going to try to buy some land.
Yeah, it's the only truly depletable resource.
We need some land. We need to get some land up in here.
As Henry George observed and Weird Georges observed, the taxation of land does not affect its supply.
In Henry George, in his book Weird Georges Observe,
yes, his classic tome.
he's the land value tax guy, right?
Yeah, he's the land value tax guy, and sort of like weird economists like him.
Yeah, I wanted to assume, like, that's often thought to be a panacea, the land value tax. And I like having a simple solution. I would love it if it was a simple solution. But I have not seen how the process would achieve the simple solution. But that's basically their panacea for almost all social ills. It's like, let's switch to a land value tax, and that'll solve everything. Maybe it will.
Well, it's a way to... Because Henry George was right at the same time of Eugene Debs, and there was sort of a popular conscious idea that, there was a popular Marxism, whether they called it or acknowledged it as Marxism or not. People... By the time industrialism had really showed its fangs around the 1900s, people became acutely aware of the owner and the worker classes, much more than they are so today. I mean, in that milieu, you also had people like Upton Sinclair as well, where like the jungle became extremely popular and a depiction of worker struggles amongst people. There was like, yeah, fucking Poles.
Hey. Hey, they pick all the
We've got a lot of Chicago
They
fans.
pick all the fucking vegetables in England. So
you're right.
that they don't have an easy life.
Yeah, but who cares? English people just all eat Spam anyway. It all goes to nothing.
No, they don't. They eat all kinds of vegetables.
You eat veg or baked beans.
Eat your veg.
You smoke baked beans.
Hey, eat your veg.
Eat your veg. You have to have veg.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to go to Sainsbury's, get some veg. There you go. Yeah, we're flattening down better at Tesco, get some veg. We'll pick up a kebab. Fucking England sucks.
When the Brexit happens, I think I want to move to England. The last free country on earth.
Boris Land. You're welcome to Boris Land.
Dude, everyone
have
has
two flappy testicles on me.
Everyone has forgot about Brexit, and it. Seriously, if you haven't shit your pants already, please shit your pants right now. Just because, consider what will happen when there's a no-deal Brexit and right after an economic shutdown and widespread rioting over the entire world.
So
Please
you're
shit your
saying
pants.
John Carpenter's escape from UK is going to happen?
On a global scale. Please shit your pants right now.
Okay. I'm not into doom. I just believe that we're all going to have the grill savior. The grill savior is going to come.
No.
The prince that was promised.
Oh, no. I think
I'm still looking.
Brexit's
making
going
Game of Thrones reference.
Brexit's going to destabilize everything.
How so? Give me a rationale.
Well, it could. I mean, it might be good for America. I don't know. That's always because it's hard for me to predict. It's going to be terrible disaster for the EU economic zone.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is inevitable is just going to the UK is going to make a NAFTA-like deal with the US, and that will be the trading bloc.
Yeah, I mean,
it will be UK, Canada, US, Mexico.
It might be good for us. I don't know, but it might so destabilize the EU that it has repercussions on us. Because if it destabilizes the EU, I mean, the EU makes up a large portion of other people's business as well. So it's gonna be
and
bad.
let's face it, the EU was pretty much being held afloat by the UK and Germany.
Right.
And Germany can't handle it all by
Well,
herself.
Germany's if Germany is an export economy and they export so much shit to the UK, if that it gets held up, as we've seen, I mean, we already had it held up by the coronavirus shutdown. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully, seeing the
Descent back into monarchy, medieval times.
But another thing that's happening is that the actual effects of the actual economic effects of the pandemic are being disguised by the Fed. So we don't know what's going to happen. What they've now decided to do is just blow up an asset bubble, really big. So it's stretching to the breaking point.
Love that bubble butt.
It's
asset bubble butt.
If you haven't shit your pants already, you should have already shit your pants. Is what I'm trying to say.
Look. If you just pay attention, you're going to be shitting your pants. You got a grill pill. Grill pill. I'm telling you, it's the only way. Jimmy Buffett it. Be the beach bum. Life passes you by. Just be a ruthless hedonist, and nothing will bother you.
Oh. Yeah, being a ruthless hedonist, I can't do that life no more.
Yeah,
I can't do
be
that
a
life no
ruthless
more.
hedonist.
Man,
It's too exhausting.
I used to like drink 12 beers and jack off the whole
beers.
time. Just drinking beer and jacking off.
Use the empty jizz into the empty can.
fill
So
up a
one
can
hand
of-
washes the other.
Hedonism, don't go there. Don't get me started back down that hedonist path. I'm just jacking off and drinking beers. Oh my gosh.
Is that the grill pill, or am I not understanding the depth of the grill pill? It just seems like a call to hedonism.
The
essentially.
grill pill to me just seems like overcrowding the grill and taking a picture of it. That's what being grill pilled is.
You got to get it for the gram. It doesn't matter how good the char is on your Arctic char. All that matters is you get one for the gram. I guess you wouldn't char your Arctic char. That would be a horrible mishandling of a delicate fish.
I mean, you could char you want to get some of that on the skin if there's the skin on it. The skin should be crispied.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm already grill pilling you. You're thinking about
I
it. You're
cook
thinking
all
about
the
it.
time. I do not have a
I
grill.
know, but
I should buy
on
a grill.
Get a hibachi.
Okay,
The greatest
I
of
will get a
grills.
hibachi if you get a Hitachi vape for your lungs.
Okay, you're right.
Let's
Hibachi and Hitachi. The Japanese make great stuff.
have a capitalist struggle session right now. Capitalist struggle session. Please log on to Amazon, and we will together order equipment over $200.
I love appliances. I love it when various technologies are applied to specific functions around the house and home.
Our mantra is apply yourself to appliances.
When you really think about it, appliances were the original apps.
And like your brain's kind of like software, you know?
Bro, yeah. And your dick is like hardware, bro. And like, when I fuck the pussy, it's like RAM, bro. Whoa. And welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience.
Welcome back, folks.
Yeah, that's not what
Jamie,
they talk
put
about.
that up on the screen.
Oh, you know who's almost getting canceled, or who's hovering around cancellation now, is Joey Coco Diaz.
Okay, well, I mean, like I've been saying, now's the great time to get canceled, so just get it over with now. Say something and get it over with. You're canceled. All the gigs are canceled. No one's making any money, and we are about to have a global catastrophe. So
There you go.
no one
Asset
will
bubble
remember what stand-up comedy is in 5 years. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be totally outmoded. We're already saturated with too many fucking Netflix specials from no names like Gary Schulberg, 78 Reasons Why My Mother Hates Me.
Just go. My stand-up comedy is going to be going on Reddit r stand-up and reading the memes.
Joylessly.
Yeah.
Deadpan.
With no laugh track, just me, just a monologue of me reading the memes for 8 hours.
There will not be stand-up comedy. It's just going to be memes. People will realize that memes is a far more effective stand-up comedy vehicle.
It's really, just in terms of creatively, it's bad vibes to go from pandemic to revolution, because the nation building that takes place will be just kind of tinged green through the negativity of plague. I'm not down with that. We can't go from pandemic to revolution.
Okay. But what if we went from pandemic to disco revolution to revolution?
To dance revolution.
I really think we got to bring disco back. I really think that's the key to solving all of this.
Well,
I mean, disco's been back. Disco's been popular for a while, but maybe I've had a recent renaissance of loving disco in my own life. It's so weird because when I was a teenager, and I think we've talked about this before on the show, but for some reason, classic rock was the thing.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, everyone in high school in the mid 2000s, at least in my experience, was into fucking Zeppelin.
Yeah, dude,
and
someone pushed
Bad Company and shit.
The reason I got into Zeppelin was because some kid was like really intimidating to me in the locker room and was like, "What? You don't like classic rock? You don't like?
What are you, faggot? You don't
Exactly.
listen to the Hobbit song?"
Yeah, he was like, "You don't like Led Zeppelin?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was 11. I was like, "Oh shit!" So I started buying Zeppelin records, and then I, diverted my life away from being the first NFL chef. Which was my goal prior to that. The first
NFL chef.
I was going to be the first wide receiver / Michelin star chef. Obtainable goals.
Would your restaurant have a football field goals?
Right. No, I don't know. It wasn't fleshed out. They were going to.
Yeah.
It was like a double majoring. I was like going to have 2 separate careers simultaneously. Mm-hmm. After each game, I thought they played a game every day. I didn't really.
Are there any football players / chefs? I feel that has happened, but not at the same time.
I mean, they are all because of what it is to be a football player, where you require 5 meals per day and working out in between preparing meals. Yeah, you are a bit of a chef, but you're eating 3 things: rice, broccoli, and chicken. So just in massive amounts.
And eggs and cod.
Yeah, because they have to stick to the macros. So they just have no variety.
No joy in food.
No, you have to take some joy in your food.
Yeah.
Take some time
to prepare it. They're not even allowed spices.
Yeah, you got to prepare it nicely for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then throw it away. Throw it all away before you even eat it.
And then look in the mirror and just shout at yourself, "Fat! Fat! Fat!"
Yeah, I look in the mirror and scream at myself silently a lot. I've been doing it for a while. It doesn't help.
I actually, my mirror time is for a depressed person, my mirror time is very positive. I always look at myself and make funny faces and go, "Looking good, Jack."
Cheer yourself up.
Yeah, no, mirror time is fun because I get to look goofy.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people use mirror time to be like, you fucking worthless.
You're terrible at dancing. No one would ever want to watch you dance. You think someone could take a video of you dancing and it would get any likes? No, you're bad at dancing. That's me.
How will you ever earn the respect of black people if you can't dance? No.
Yeah. White fragility the answer is dance classes.
Yes.
Then you'll be more confident.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't have to
just learn to groove out. Just learn to what an offbeat is.
Yeah.
Boo, hada, habu, boo, bap. Oh, you get the boom and the bap and the boom, boom, bap.
Well, circling back to cotillion, that's where you learn not to do anything with the backbeat.
I see. Yeah. Cotillion is all dun, 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 dun. That is the true fascism. Man, even Bach mixed it up, But yeah, there's something about that ballroom music where it's very rigid and very very conservative, even comparative to other classical music things.
Well,
fuck Brahms.
I should have gone.
Brahms can eat a dick.
But the ultimate answer is I probably should have gone and figured out a way to be well adjusted about it.
Nah, yeah. I don't. I think it's just you're thinking of a sliding doors world where sliding doors Steven, puts on a tuxedo and meets sliding doors lady, and you stuck with her as your high school girlfriend. But let me tell you, if you had done that, sliding door Steven would have just walked out on her. I'm telling you, it's all bad. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that would have happened, but yeah. Specific to me, that may have happened, but in general, I think it would be better for people to try to attend the ceremonies and try to deal with it. Accept the traditions.
I had to attend a lot of ceremonies. I had to attend a lot of Jewish ceremonies. Not a lot.
Those are
too many bar mitzvahs.
Super boring.
Yeah,
I attended a fair share for where I was.
For Dallas.
Yeah, well, there's a pretty big Jewish community in Dallas.
Yeah, it's a big city. Of course, there's going to be Jews there.
More than one bar mitzvahs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Torah is so boring. Were they at least air conditioned? Were the synagogues air conditioned? Because
yes.
all of my
Of course. Why would they not be air conditioned?
Well, because all of my bar mitzvahs were in Canada, so sometimes they weren't air conditioned when it was on the cusp of May to June, and it was very bad.
Come on, you guys can afford air conditioners.
We can, but because it's not death like Texas all the time, we justify not turning on our AC until it is absolutely necessary. Including at very hot bar mitzvahs, where they're talking about the fucking tabernacle.
Did you see that guy on Twitter? He was a tradcath claiming that Catholicism predates Judaism.
Sure.
I fucking love that. It's so funny.
Was he trying to... Did he know the timeline?
Yeah.
How was he trying to justify it?
Because Catholicism is eternal and a timeless truth. So he was like, it existed before.
Hold on, I think someone's at my door.
Okay.
Vamp for me.
Okay.
Vamp for me.
Who could be at Alex's door? Is it an angry neighbor? A distraught lover? A long-lost family member?
I got my Rick and Morty Legos.
Oh, yay! I was wondering if maybe it was a distraught lover or a long-lost family member at the door.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't someone I had cunted up.
It was your...
I'm opening it now. I'm doing an audio unboxing.
It was your Rick and Morty
Legos. They're really good. You hear these sounds?
Yay!
These are the sounds of fun. They're actually really fun sets. Let's show you. Let's show these on. These are some McFarlane toys. How do you feel about Rick and Morty?
I like it. What I've seen.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna have so much fun with these Rick and Morty play sets.
Wow.
This is like a kid
290,
in a playset candy store.
293 pieces.
And every one of them a gem.
So tell me,
it's a 14 plus Lego.
Are you going to read the directions on assembly?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm going to read the directions on assembly.
Wow.
I'm going to assemble them myself. I'm going to be a self-assembled man.
So, but after they're assembled, will you then place it on a shelf or play with it?
Both.
Wow.
I will place it on a shelf to play with it. Which is how I treat my balls.
Yeah, it's funny. Putting your balls on a shelf is funny. It's a fun thing.
Yeah, putting your balls on a surface at ball level is very funny.
Every man should have a shelf in his house just right at his particular ball level. And then if you'll know you'll have found your best friend when someone comes over and is like, what, hey, like the Spider-Man pointing. Oh, yeah, that's my.
You have a ball shelf,
but it's the same height.
It's the same height as not your ball.
Everyone.
You'll be ball height brothers.
Yeah, my balls are way longer than my dick, like way longer. I have let's say 20-inch balls.
20-inch balls.
20-inch balls. Yeah.
So, long ball Jondry. Long John Baldry, long ball Jondry.
Is that who's that?
Long John Baldry was an English musician who later became a voice actor, and he was on Reboot.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Sick ref. Sick reference.
It's a great ref, bro.
Whoa.
A very obscure ref. People that like Long John Baldry will get that, and they'll love it and appreciate it. So those are long balls. I have pretty shrivelly balls, I gotta say.
Well, probably only when it's cold, though. When it's like nice and hot, they lengthen.
Yeah, I mean, my balls don't particularly. They're not full on fried eggs on a nail yet. You know.
You wait until you're a little older. Your balls will droop. They'll droop.
I mean, it's already happened.
They'll droop.
What I wouldn't give for the tight ball sacks of youth.
That's why Glenn Greenwald goes after those 19-year-olds.
Oh, no. No. Wrong. He has many sons named Nestor.
Yeah.
That meme became so done so quick. I've never seen a meme have such an advanced half-life as the fucking Nestor meme.
It's very strange.
So, for listeners that may not have heard of the Nestor meme, Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, who is an especially weird Republican congressman, recently came under fire. Someone criticized him for saying, "You don't know what it's like to raise a POC child." And then in response to that, he posted a picture on Twitter of him with a very old-looking child saying, "This is my son Nestor. He came into my life at 12 years old through legal means."
It was his girlfriend's.
It
It was his girlfriend's like brother or stepbrother at the time.
I don't know the story of Nestor.
Yeah, it's a girlfriend's stepbrother at the time or something, or brother. Girlfriend at the time's stepbrother or brother. And
but now he's Matt Gaetz' permanent ward.
Matt Gaetz adopted him, according to this guy, his story.
Okay.
And and didn't tell anyone, and referred to him as a page. He's like referred to him oddly at different times,
as like a page or a servant. It's not a servant, but an assistant or something.
And so
like
then
that.
everyone was like, "Hey," and then a group of people were like, "Hey, lay off of Matt Gaetz for potentially adopting." For potentially some kind of fucked up Woody Allen scenario, like
some human trafficking shit. I don't think he fucked the kid, but he was maybe using him as free labor.
It's a clear Woody Allen scenario, I think.
We're dealing with a clear Woody.
It's a Woody Allen scenario. I mean, he fell in love with his girlfriend's brother, is what happened. And it's a beautiful story. They're in love. Deal with it.
Oh, man. Accidentally in love.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Nestor.
Do you think it's a how he's like got like his own like it's just like he's just an assistant slave guy?
No, I have no idea as to the quality of Nestor. Here's what I think. I think Nestor was an assistant, but he got a promotion to son very recently.
Nestor has a dad.
Yes.
Who's not
but
dead.
Matt Gaetz is his better dad.
Nestor has a dad already who's not dead.
Free Nestor. No.
He was not an orphan.
Well, this is also split up left Twitter because some people, I think Glenn Greenwald even said, give it a rest on the Nestor shit, as I am like a gay man who has adopted many brown children, and it's very hurtful when people say you human traffic them.
Right.
Yeah, so like a lot of left people are uncool with dunking on Matt Gaetz for this because they feel that it's like, you're not normalizing blended families or something like that. But I think that's not what people are making fun of. They're making fun of the extremely weird way that he announced it.
Yeah, he's being
and the picture too, like everything about it was just bizarre and absurd.
Strange. Yeah, I think he did it on purpose, though. He did it entirely on purpose.
It was totally self-serving. It was in response to a criticism, which is also why I think people are dunking on it, because it seems cynical to release your POC child that you've never mentioned before, except for when you're getting dunked on by the left.
Right. Well, the reason why I think nothing's real, I don't think it's real. I don't think Matt Gaetz is gay. I don't think he actually adopted Nestor. I think it's he did this explicitly to make. This is just a way to make us fight.
Yeah, you think it's a total wrecker maneuver?
Yeah. Sure. He and this other conservative guy were like, what would really make him crazy? Like, if I told them that I adopted you.
Having a POC kid to own the libs.
Then,
it's like why Milo married a black man.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, but it's a move that we've seen before. Milo did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucian did it.
It's very funny.
Lucian did it. I mean, they're just like, I know how to piss my dad off. And that's what they did.
Oh, my.
The correct take is to ignore it or be like, ugh, what a nerd. Why are
Have you seen any good Nestor memes?
Why are you so interested in politics, nerds?
Fuck you, nerds. I'm going off the grill.
Right.
Why aren't you interested in ribs, you fucking assholes? What, you're interested in resource distribution? Are you interested in fucking Robert's rules, you dumb cunts? No, I'm interested in getting into this rack of ribs right here.
I wish I could make ribs. It's hard.
It is. You need a smoker.
You also need to access to good meat, which I don't have right now.
You need a farm.
I need my own cow that I keep in my dank basement. It's just there's like a thin, shivering cow, just like mooing.
It's veal.
Please kill me.
Hey, you could raise veal in your basement. That's very possible.
Oh God, that'd be a really
Not
good.
rose veal.
That'd be a good horror movie of a guy raising veal in his basement, but the neighbors think he's killing children, and the police raid him.
It happens in Texas because the zoning laws are weird and like they're a cattle country.
What's he keeping?
That'd be a good Texas horror movie.
What's he keeping in his basement?
I keep hearing these whines. They sound like children.
I think there was a movie like that.
Oh, and then the neighbors break in and the veal eat the neighbors.
I'm looking at Long John Baldry.
Long John Baldry. Long Ball Jondry. Whatever you're finding out about Long John Baldry?
I've never heard of any of the songs he did.
They're niche a little.
But he looks cool. He looks like a cool guy.
He's sort of in that English madman folk singer vein, same like with Roy Harper.
Yeah, and like Soft Machine.
Yeah, something like that. A lot of, or like early Jethro Tull when they were like...
Yeah, I tend to turn that off.
Yeah,
quickly.
It's not great.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Man, fucking... I wish I could be a folk musician and feel the flowers between my toes and, find beauty in the pastoral mundane. But I think that shit is lame.
Oh, that's lame.
But that's lame. I want to talk about poison and concrete and jizzing out a cut wound.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to sing about lately, so... I have an entire song sitting with just I could release, but I have no ability to write vocals for it. So
you are in a you're in a rut. I am also in a songwriting rut. I feel not motivated. I feel like I need a paradigm shift. I'm gonna start. I want to start a folk duo called Your Distant Father, and we're just gonna do Cats in the Cradle style songs.
Okay, I have a mandolin. I'll play the mandolin.
There you go.
What do you have?
I have an acoustic bass. The greatest instrument on earth.
We'll be the quietest. We need amplification for this band.
Yeah. We will need amplification. And then just a threnody of strings in the background going.
Yeah, just doing string like slides and bends. No actual isolated notes. No, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Discrete. No discrete notes.
No discrete notes. Just bending.
Yeah,
they're bending all the time.
Just bends and
You've heard
slides.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're the last sound bender. There you go. Threnody for the victims of my dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, Threnody for the Victims of Hiroshima is a great Christoph Penderecki piece that's used in many pieces of cinema, most notably in There Will Be Blood, where Johnny Greenwood aped it for the opening string composition.
Yeah, he did. And I remember it, too. It was back in the year 2007. I remember it. I remember going to see it, me and all my friends from Texas.
How did you, 17-year-old you, react to it?
17-year-old me with 3 other kids from Texas all thought it sucked dick. And then I got home.
That movie sucked.
Then I got home.
That movie boring as hell.
Then I got home to Bard, and I told everyone I thought it was retarded, and I got screamed at.
Whoa! Well, they don't like the R word. That's not a place to use the R word.
Well, back in 2007, it was okay.
Yeah, it was less bad to say retarded. You got literally screamed at? Someone literally screamed at you for not liking There Will Be Blood?
Yeah, weird, right? But now,
was it me?
No,
I feel that's something that I would have done.
We weren't. You and I were not friends freshman year.
You're right.
I think we became friends only junior year.
Junior year, yes. Working on horticulture.
Oh, right. No, we worked on hort. Yeah, we worked on hort, and then I guess became friends after that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
picking weeds,
like I was
talking
saying,
with our weird conservative supervisor.
Right. That whole period.
I'm not going to name names with that guy. But
True. Well, no, wait, we don't, of course not.
I guess we can talk about John.
You said it. You said it. Now everyone will know. No.
He listened to a lot of Limbaugh.
Limbaugh.
Rush.
Yeah.
Man. I guess Limbaugh's gone the way of the dinosaur, though. He's not really the most relevant right-wing commentator anymore.
No.
He's a Trump guy, though, right?
Yeah, well, totally.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the most relevant. He's still got
He's still powerful.
Powerful,
yeah.
wide reach.
Especially among the boomer demographic. Boomer conservatives still love him.
I think.
But I feel no one under, 40, even conservatives, listen to Rush Limbaugh.
I don't know who the Trump people listen to. The Trump people aren't the same necessarily as the Limbaugh people. I think there's a lot of crossover, but I don't really know. I'd have to go to
Limbaugh people have money, and Trump people, by and large, tend to be more impoverished.
Well, I've heard the opposite as well, though.
Okay.
I have heard the opposite as well. I don't know. I don't have a good way of verifying. I don't trust anything anymore, which makes it hard to believe anything you see. But
well, I feel like a lot of Trump fans, comparatively to other conservative fans, are young. He did a very hard thing to do, which was galvanize a younger voter population in conservative circles.
I would say try to spend time just watching and looking at people at the Trump rallies. That's kind of what I've been trying to do. I mean, they're oldish, and they look well off. I kind of think it's older, middle-class white people.
I guess the stats bear that out, yeah. The ex-urban people. The polo shirt and cargo shorts people.
Some poor working-class people probably are like him. I don't know.
What percentage of Trump's base do you think are actually Pepes? Just extremely online 20-somethings?
Yeah, I don't know.
20%?
God, I don't have a good way of analyzing the demographics of America. It's not my strong suit.
I guess, judging by voting alone, Pepes make up a very little of percentage of Trump's base, because
so 63,
young people don't vote anyway.
Yeah, so we know 63 million people voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And most of that was in the older demographic. Young people in general went to Clinton, which is funny to think about. But I guess that wasn't the true power of the Pepes. The true power of the Pepes was the fact that they made memes that would disseminate onto Facebook, and that's what would galvanize the voting class of people.
So are the Pepes below the age of 30?
Yeah, I would consider the Pepe base of Trump people to be 4chan people.
So
who
Trump
are below
got,
the age of 30.
of the electorate, Trump got 13%.
Mm-hmm. Of people under 30.
Of people under 30.
Yeah.
Clinton
so that
won them.
Just means that his young base doesn't vote. It doesn't necessarily say how many Trump supporters are young people.
Oh, wait. No. That's wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Okay.
Young people are 13% of the electorate.
Okay, yeah.
Trump got 28% of them versus Clinton of those who voted.
That makes more sense.
So,
yeah, he still has weak young showings. But what would be actually a significant comparator to that is compare how much Romney got of young people. Or compare how much George W. Bush got of young people. Then we could see, if Trump actually did galvanize a younger Republican vote or not.
That's true.
Young Jamie, pull those stats up.
Yeah, where's young Jamie to pull them stats up? Because if I do it, my mechanical keyboard's too loud for the podcast, and I'll have to censor it.
How much do you think young Jamie gets paid? Do you think we could...
We'll
double it!
Oh, shit. Let's
young
just
Jamie
double it.
just does it for the creatine.
Well, let's take out a PPP loan, and then we can just fucking go into debt, and it doesn't matter, because the government just pays for companies that they think should not go out of business by just paying for them. We have capitalism, by the way, in this country. We have capitalism in this country. And now what's happening is the government's just paying for all the companies' debt. But what we have is
the way it should
what
be.
we have is capitalism in this country.
That is capitalism.
Right.
Capitalism is when you take on no risk whatsoever.
The problem I have with the dirtbag left is that their arguments are against something that doesn't exist. So
What?
we don't
What
have
doesn't
capitalism. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, this current version of feudal corporatism that we call capitalism.
Well, then they should call it that.
Feudal corporatism?
Well, I mean, you should correctly diagnose what you're railing against.
You know, it's funny. Didn't Benito Mussolini's fascism movement call itself a corporatist movement?
I couldn't say. Sounds
Okay.
right. I have to
not that
grab
up on
something.
it.
You're gonna have to
Grab
You're
it.
gonna have to vamp.
I'm gonna vamp.
You're gonna vamp.
I'm
Talk
gonna vamp.
about
It's vamp time.
Talk about maybe read the back of the. Maybe start reading the Rick and Morty instructions.
So we're gonna read some very scintillating Rick and Morty. Oh, there aren't.
wait, actually, I
there
don't
aren't
have-
Rick and Morty
I
instructions.
don't
There's
have
no
to go
flavor
anywhere.
text on the box. Oh my god!
I don't have to go
This is the
anywhere.
worst. This branded merchandise is failing me. Whatever shall I do? McFarlane Toys is good, though. I'm sure they have some terrible business practices. Where are your plastics made, Todd McFarlane? Stop fucking kids to get your plastics so cheap, Todd McFarlane. Stop going to Little St. James Island for your plastics manufacturing business. It's not good.
Oh, plastics.
You should...
Definitely.
Plastics. Plastics. Get into it, Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. Dustin Hoffman is
man.
Rain Man in every movie. Definitely. Definitely, Mrs. Robinson. Definitely.
I was thinking about, you know what I was thinking about the other day in terms of just funny coincidences? You know how A Bug's Life and Ants came out, and both movies now contain people discredited as pedophiles?
Rain Man and Ant Man.
I mean, Ants and Bug's Life.
Okay.
But Rain Man and Ant-Man,
No, I'm
too.
kidding. So yeah, Bugs
Man has Dustin.
Bugs Life, Ants.
Bug's Life has Kevin Spacey,
Yeah.
and Ants has Woody Allen.
Really?
And they were both very prominent roles in the movie.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
that's a cue drop right there.
But
Holy
it's very.
shit.
I was also thinking about Ants and A Bug's Life and how. I mean, Bug's Life is one of the most weirdly, nakedly socialist Disney movies ever made. It's like a very thematically. It like actually talks about the exploitation of labor, and it actually talks about solidarity amongst a working class. And it actually talks about in the hiring of the circus bugs, like using violent resistance in order to overcome your enemies. So there's like a bug's life, and using the metaphor of an ant, which is a collectivist creature, seems to lend itself to a narrative about the triumph of collectivism. Whereas the movie Ants, which is very interesting because it's produced by DreamWorks, which was like specifically designed as a big entrepreneurial fuck you to Disney, and Ants has a very different message. It has a very pro-capitalist tack, or if not a pro-capitalist, a pro-individualism and a pro-self-determination tack that
I think it has.
A Bug's Life doesn't really
Does
have.
Ants have kind of the Black Panther vibe on politics?
Ants has more of self-fulfillment is more important than fulfillment of your arbitrary duty to a group.
Yeah.
Or like your arbitrary duty to a group can be manipulated against you.
I don't recall
Like Ants teaches people to be suspicious of any sort of organized behavior. And Ants equate because the villain in Ants is the Gene Hackman ant, who is sort of used as a Stalin surrogate, essentially, where he uses the collectivist identity as an ants as a means to wage unjust war and to do genocide and to kill the Kulak ants.
The only good children's story is Mary Poppins.
You're right. You're right. Because that's a show just about how British women being very stern with you is hot.
It's actually about Mary Poppins is about the insane fantasy lands that children come up with when they have an alcoholic dad. That's what Mary Poppins is about.
Oh my god. Saving Mr. Banks.
Love that movie.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Loved that
A
movie.
little.
10
Did you watch Saving Mr. Banks?
10 out
Did
of
you
10
like Saving
movie.
Mr. Banks?
Makes you cry every time. Colin Farrell is amazing.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, he plays the real alcoholic dad.
Oh yeah, he plays J.M. Not J. Who wrote Mary Poppins? Elizabeth Moody, Gal Gal Hutchins, Morgan Fargoon. Hey, we have the writer of Mary Poppins, Morgan Fargoon.
It was P.L. Travers.
Right, P.L. Travers, yeah. Her dad was an abusive alcoholic, and the thesis of Saving Mr. Banks is that it satisfied her own psychological desire to redeem her father. Which is actually, it's nice,
Such
actually. That's a nice thought, but it's very manipulative.
And I love Tom Hanks as Walt Disney being the nicest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
Because Walt Disney was not the nicest guy in the world.
Not mean at all.
Walt Disney was not a bastard at all.
So in Brave New World, instead of God, they have Ford.
Ford?
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
And I feel like that's like how we have with Disney, kind of.
Yeah, people really do. I mean, because Disney's interesting. There are other brands that have a specific ethos associated with them, but Disney's the only one where it was like, all of the things that are branded by us are supposed to be like family friendly and wholesome, and there's an image. There's none of that with like GE or any other big entertainment conglomerate.
Disney is a belief system at this point.
People travel to fucking Disneyland like it's fucking Mecca. They go on Hajj to Disneyland. Are you going to Disney? Are you going to see the fucking...
Yeah, it is. That should be our replacement.
You're right.
For religion.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, just Disney. I mean, they did it with Marvel. Yeah. They did it already.
I mean, it is pretty, like, what is the Bible but just, like, a lineage of princesses that you sort of tack your name onto.
The response to the Marvel movies is... The only reminiscent thing is like when like the St. James Bible was released in like the 1600s. Like that's the like the same amount of popular acclaim.
You mean the King James? You just said the
King James.
I was thinking of Little St. James.
No, the King James Bible.
Because I keep mentioning it. Yeah, the King. No, you're right though. The Marvel movies have taken on this. Okay, so you know that Star Trek TNG episode at Darmok?
Yeah.
Where it's like Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. And the idea is that these aliens can only communicate through idioms of their heroes.
Right.
And, you know, it's a very mystical thing in Star Trek TNG because they're likening it to the Ur hero of Gilgamesh. But, you know, soon we're going to have Darmok, but it's just going to be Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Iron Man and Captain America
Thor,
fighting Thanos.
Thor Ragnarok at the Cinemark. Sounds exactly the fucking same.
As Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. Thor Ragnarok at the Cinemark. Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch. Quicksilver. Terrible accent. This is our language now. Our shared language is just through Marvel movie references.
It is.
And that is how we communicate. And then an alien species will have to... playfully reconstruct our idiomatic language.
Yeah, I wish we could go back to when it was different and we talked through James Cameron idioms.
Yeah. When we talk... I know now why you cry, but it is something I could never do. Oh, man. I love T2 so much. T2 might be the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah. And we probably should elect Arnold Schwarzenegger as president. We probably should
fuck that one clause,
I'll probably just fucking do it. Why not?
He is the antidote. It can't be Jesse. Jesse's too crazy.
I mean...
Like, as long as we're... Speaking of Brave New World, because Trump represents the Brave New World, we're never going to have a normal president again. We're never going to have, like, a presidential president again.
I don't know if it's true or not, but more people are freaking out. No, more people than I thought possible are freaking out.
Freaking out about what?
Everything.
Trump being reelected,
being president, the shit he did trying to fire the attorney general of the Southern District, the gassing. They're calling it the gassing of the protesters. Which I imagine Holocaust people are like, come on.
Yeah,
please say the tear gassing.
The point is, the general, if you are an accelerationist, you love right now. You're happy for right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess you are.
So,
except I've discovered I'm not happy, so I don't think I'm an accelerationist.
Yeah, you're right. I'm absolutely a decelerationist, which
Yeah.
is my Jimmy. That is the grill pill. Grill pill is a decelerationist argument.
Well,
which is
I'm hoping that's what I've often thought the CIA should be. And I think there may be two factions in the CIA between people who are basically decelerate, who just want to slow everything down. And I think that, we had gridlock. Gridlock was by design in our government.
Intervene and chill.
But now
imperialism and chill.
The gridlock now, it's not the time for deceleration, unfortunately, because it's gridlock we have. So.
Well, yeah, we have to. So once faith has been totally eradicated in a power structure, you have to build faith in a new power structure. Because the only reason why any of these social contracts work in the first place is because people believe that they work. It's sort of like, in Warhammer 40K, but like the orcs, how orc technology works?
I don't know per se.
I'm not a Warhammer fan at all, but I always like this tidbit of the universe where the orcs make technology by just banging wood together and believing so hard that it works that it actually works. And the Warhammer universe explains this as they've developed actually a sort of psychic power. They've evolved this sort of psychic power to make things that shouldn't work just by will. And I think that kind of describes how all of our governments and money and just this collective powerful belief that is being eroded. And so, will we ever be able to revive faith in it? No. So we must make something new. Or something perceived to be new.
I don't know if that's going to work out.
Maybe not. But that's okay. At least we still have grilling.
Yeah, got to do some grilling and maybe pouring concrete is the other thing. That's
got to put a shrimp grilling in concrete. Yeah.
I made like the coolest grill is like when you make like a patio out of cement and then part of the patio coming up out of it also cement is a grill built in.
I think a built grill. Built grill pill. Built-in grill.
Got that propane.
Not unlike many a hip-hop star's teeth, I got a built-in grill. That's what I would like. That is what I would like.
Yeah.
Let's just all descend in... in Evangelion... Did you watch Evangelion?
I've watched the first episode a couple of times. It's always just like, wow, this is what is a mech?
Shinji's
That's never explained.
What is a mech?
What is a mech? Huh?
It's a big mother robot.
I'm
the
stupid American, and I need Paul Wall to like spell it out to me in a rap song. Okay.
I need Joe Budden to give me his take on this. I need Joe Budden to give me his contrarian take. Joe Budden is the Michael Tracy of hip-hop. I'm just going to put that out there. Anyone who understands that, fuck you. I'm sorry. You have my stupid fucking brain.
Yeah, I don't understand it, so I guess I'm off the hook. What were you going to say about... What were you going to say?
Oh, grill pilling, it's the Human Instrumentality Project. In Evangelion, it turns out the whole goal of Gendo Ikari was to turn everyone into a big primordial goo so no one would ever have to feel isolated ever again. And that's what grill pilling is. Grill pilling is the introduction to the Human Instrumentality Project. With Jimmy Buffett, we will all absorb into each other. We will become part of each other's flesh, like shunting in the movie Society. Jimmy Buffett will be playing in the background and we'll be grilling. We'll be consuming shrimp.
Like the Trapper Keeper from South Park?
Exactly. Okay. Like Akira. Yeah, like Tetsuo. We'll be a big flesh blob. We'll be the Human Instrumentality Grill Project. And we'll just shovel grills into our mouth.
Ouch, man. They're hot. Mm-hmm. I should get one of those fire pits things.
Dig yourself a fire pit.
It's too buggy.
You're right, but with fire, you can keep the bugs away.
Everyone's saying the bugs are dying, the world is ending. And the world is ending because of financial reasons. But also the bugs are dying.
Some bugs are dying. I mean, it's not that nature is ending, it's that nature is shifting towards a harsher environment that might not favor humans as much, because we built ourselves a world based off of the parameters of our environment. But now the parameters of our environment are vastly changing in ways that we aren't prepared for. But, global warming is having a hugely profound effect on jellyfish populations and octopus populations, which are seeing huge explosions.
Exactly. The jellyfish are coming. The sea will soon be filled with only jellies.
Only jellies. And we will see the human jellies
Only
come.
jellies.
Only jellies.
Jellies with
We will be able to walk like Jesus on the jellies.
The reason Jesus could walk is because I have jellyfish feet. That's why he can walk on water. His feet are jellyfish. Holy shit, this changes things.
A little known Jesus power was jellyfish feet. Diego, what the hell are you eating?
Nice. What'd the dog get?
I don't know what he's got. Hold on 1 second. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Did he eat the Rick and Morty
What?
Legos?
What? What is this?
Oh, no.
How did you... What? What is this?
It's a...
How did you...
Oh no.
What did you... I don't know what the fuck he's got, but it looks dangerous.
What is it? Is it a bomb?
It's a spike.
It's a spike?
Yeah.
Shit. That was probably part of a bomb.
Yeah, it was definitely part of a bomb.
Yeah. I've been making them too.
You know what's a dangerous game? Bringing lip balm to the airport.
Hell yeah. I always get super anxious when I'm ever at the airport with my partner, afraid she might ask for lip balm. Like, shh, no, goddamn, no, I do not.
A bunch of TSA people tackle.
Yeah. It's happened every single
No,
time.
they tackle you. They tase you.
Yeah, you know why? Because discrimination. That's why.
You're right. You're the man. You can take the tasings. So many tasings.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to ever get tased. I actually kind of do. But I don't want to get tased. I don't
For like sexual reasons?
Yeah, I don't want to get tased when I don't want to get tased. But if I
You're right. You want to be consensually tased.
I would like to be consensually tased. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what?
It was consensual tasing.
Listen, it's progress to be able to just say these words out loud to you.
That's funny for some reason. I don't know why that's funny.
Because it's funny.
Yeah, man. I feel that's how people justify Obama, It's progress that he was just powerful and black.
Yeah.
I guess it was.
Sure.
You can't really deny. It seems like progress. But is it really? What is progress? The Dark Enlightenment with posture.
Oh, no.
Nick Land.
Are we on
The Dark Enlightenment.
Are we on to Nick Land?
Nah, let's save Nick Land. But I think the Dark Enlightenment is funny, or just postmodernism is funny because, and sort of Jordan Peterson's classic canard of postmodern neo-Marxism is funny because everyone knows, Marxism is a materialist philosophy and postmodernism is anti-materialist. So they exist in total conflict, Jordan Peterson. But it's funny with the Dark Enlightenment just how postmodernism, the idea that there is no arc to history, and we can blackpill as a result of that. I think that's very funny. Because postmodernism can be way more readily used for the arguments of capitalism than it can be for an argument towards socialism.
Well, I think materialism...
Because for socialism, you need to believe in progress in an arc of history.
I think materialism is much more suited for capitalism anyway. But are these guys into the fourth turning stuff?
What's the fourth turning?
That's like the generational theory that...
Like every 70 years there's an uprising?
Yeah, I think it's 80 though, or...
Yeah.
Every fourth generation is a heroic generation. And so and it's kind of Carl Jungian in a way, so they probably are into it. And you can like each generation has its own archetype that or either archetype or archetype set.
Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte, and Miranda.
Exactly. And
which Sex of the City character is your generation?
The millennials are like the next great generation in this.
No.
If you believe it. It's gonna be us.
Because it's Greatest Generation, Lost Generation, Boomers, Gen X, and us. Shit, I guess it's us.
It's
Fuck.
us.
Ah, god damn it. We have to be heroes just for one day?
Yeah, we do.
Ah, damn. If dolphins could swim.
Oh, shit.
I wish I could swim like dolphins could swim.
Yeah.
So we could be heroes just for one day.